Okay guys, today is going to be a little bit of a different video. We're going to talk about Brigitte and the current state of Overwatch. This discussion I want to have with you guys is very spontaneous and is totally unrelated to the fact that I've lost 500 SR in the past week. Okay, let's get started. What Overwatch boils down to nowadays is sitting behind the shield, try to get as much HP as you possibly humanly can, because anybody in this meta can become a tank thanks to characters like Symmetra, but she's going to be changed soon. We're going to be focusing on Brigitte. Anyway, you sit behind this shield, your Hans is going to be spamming arrows trying to get that lucky headshot, your Pharah is going to be throwing in rockets trying to destroy those shields, do the most amount of damage. But what's actually going on is really you're just waiting to build your ult. You're not really expecting to kill anybody. If you do happen to kill somebody, then well, Mercy will fix that mistake. She'll get the res off and this keeps going. If either team doesn't get their second kill, then ults come in and Zarya's gonna grab, Hanzo's gonna ult, two people press Q, the fight is over. I think a lot of you will agree that this is mostly what you've been seeing this season, but let's see why. Let's say you pick some flanker hero, go dive, play Genji, play Diva, play Winston. Well, if you do that, this is what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get shield bashed, you're gonna get stunned by McCree, you're gonna get pulled by Orisa, Reinhardt is gonna swing his massive hammer at you, Doomfist is gonna uppercut you or slam you into a wall, you're gonna get antied, and probably whoever you're trying to kill is gonna get bubbled. When you're in there, you're gonna completely lose control of your hero, take your hand off your keyboard, you won't be able to move anyways, so just focus on your mouse and your aim. I do want to emphasize that all of these abilities I just listed don't really require a lot of skill to utilize. This brings me to the next point, which is Blizzard is trying to reduce the skill gap in Overwatch. They are creating easier and easier characters to play, whose purpose is to counter highly skilled heroes such as Genji and Tracer. Why in the world would they do this? It's to appeal to the casual gamers. It's to make more money, guys. They want to make more money. And this is the logic behind it. No person wants to hop into a game they've never played before and get destroyed because it's not fun. So what are you going to do to make these new players competitive against that 1000 hour Tracer, 1000 hour Widowmaker that doesn't miss a shot? Well, you're going to give them a new hero which has a physical personal shield so that they cannot get shot by the Widowmaker, and you're going to give this hero a no aim 150 plus damage combo so that you can instantly kill the Tracer with no possibility of outplay. Brigitte has a very low skill ceiling, which is of course instrumental to the casual gamer, so that they can actually get into a game and play against these veteran players. You see where I'm going with this? The new heroes are designed to be easy to play and to counter high skill cap heroes, because their purpose is to captivate an audience of casual gamers. Because when they feel like they've had a good experience with the game, they're going to tell their friends, and their friends are going to buy Overwatch. And the veteran players, the dedicated players, the gamers who actually care about Overwatch, now feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. And I don't think Blizzard really cares about the dedicated players because, well, they already bought Overwatch, obviously. So what is the point of investing in these players if you've already made the money off of them? So naturally, if you're trying to make money, you're going to shift the focus on casual gamers, which is the broader audience, and make the game more enjoyable for them. Their entire market has shifted to appeal to casual gamers, which in turn hurts the competitive side of Overwatch, which is weird because last time I checked, Overwatch was an esport. So Blizzard, is this a casual game or a competitive game? Okay, that being said, I'm going to talk about Brigitte and her kit and how incredibly busted it is, in my opinion. Oh boy. I am gonna use examples to illustrate my points, and honestly, by the end of this, I really hope you understand how easy it is to play Brigitte and how hard it is to play against her. I also hope to convince you that Brigitte is, in actuality, hurting the game. First things first, she is a support hero, meaning that her primary function is to heal her team. Now, who is best at dealing with healers? Well, before Brigitte, I would have said the flankers, right? Genji, Tracer, maybe Reaper. But unfortunately, Brigitte was given a stun ability, her shield bash, her left click, and her whip ability, whatever it's called, that can be used in quick succession without needing you to aim accurately at all, to deal 155 damage, I believe, which is enough to instantly kill a Tracer, greatly harm a Genji, probably kill a Genji, because if you're flanking and you're behind the enemy lines and you've been damaged that much, you're probably not gonna make it out alive. As it turns out, Brigitte can 1v1 most heroes in the game very, very easily. And when I say easily, I mean it. She has 200 HP and 50 armor. That is a lot of health you have to go through in order to kill her. On top of that, whenever she swings her flail, she'll start regenerating health, 16 HP per second. So the longer you fight her, the less of a chance you actually get to win the engagement. You know, she can't really miss, so your health is just steadily going down with the occasional stun, and it's so hard to chip through that initial armor, and she just keeps regenerating it. So her close quarters kit really prevents you from beating her, from beating the support hero close quarters, considering how tanky she is. To make her even more of a tank, Blizzard decided to give her a shield. She has her own little personal shield, which now prevents her from really taking damage at a range. So now, you know, if you've given up chasing after her as Tracer, Genji, Reaper, Roadhog, Diva, etc., now you swapped, you're on your hit scan hero. You're not really effective against her because you can't hit her. Well, this makes you think, you know, maybe Brigitte really belongs to the tank class, not the support class. But, you know, at the end of the day, these are just labels. It's just a way to classify heroes. Wait a second, that's not true, because support heroes in Overwatch get wall hack abilities. They have amazing recon. They can tell at a glance where everybody is on their team, along with their health status. Don't underestimate how useful this ability is. Imagine playing as Orisa and being able to see everybody on your team where everybody is. Imagine how useful that would be to you. Here's another thing about her kit, is that she has passive healing, kind of like Lucio has whenever she hits people, which actually screws you up as Genji or as Doomfist more than you would think, because it'll interfere with like how much damage your combos do exactly. On top of that, she has burst healing, which, if it so happens that you heal a target that doesn't require that much healing, then it'll apply armor to them, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know who could have thought of that. Let me make an example. Okay, so imagine you're playing Ana, and there are two other squishies on your team. One of them is missing 10 HP, the other one is missing 75 HP. So you're probably going to want to heal the person which is missing the most amount of HP, because healing the other person would be a waste of your resources. You'll be less efficient in your healing if you choose to heal the person that's only missing 10 HP, okay? Well, lo and behold, if you are playing Brigitte, you do not have to worry about this. Isn't that amazing? So easy. When you heal the target, that's missing 10 HP with Repair Pack. It will heal them and apply armor over max health. There was never let me get this straight. I want to make sure you guys understand. There was never a chance for you as Brigitte to waste resources, because where Anna would have just healed the 10 HP, Brigitte will heal the 10 HP and apply armor. This also allows her, by the way, to heal people that have been anti-nated by enemy Anna. Wow. When you play Brigitte, it's like everything goes, you know? You'll make silly decisions and they work. They work just fine. It's ridiculous. Imagine if every hero was like that in Overwatch. Whatever you do, it's fine. You're always providing value. It's so hard to play Brigitte wrong. Think about it. So the Brigitte player doesn't really need very good mechanical skills to win fights, and she doesn't also really require good awareness of where her team is, because she can just see them through walls. She will virtually always get value out of her healing abilities, and she is extremely tanky. I think you'll agree with me when I say that I don't think she requires a lot of skill to play. But here's where it gets good, guys. Overwatch is a first-person shooter, and Brigitte can go into third person. She can sit behind a corner, press right-click, and without exposing herself to any danger, she can provide recon for her team. She can wait and ambush you. What? Let me say that again. She can wait for you in third person, and before you can even react to seeing her, she has already shield bashed you. It's no longer a contest of who's been paying more attention. Have you been crouch walking to disguise your footsteps? Brigitte doesn't need any of this. She can just screen peek you in third person. Who the fuck had this idea? Her shield is a personal shield. There is no reason she needs to go in third person. It isn't the same thing with Reinhardt. Reinhardt is a frontline hero. Even if you were to right click at a corner, the opposing team would be able to see his massive shield. The fact that Brigitte can go into third person is completely unjustified, and it's actually disgusting how players can abuse this mechanic. So to recap, you cannot hit Brigitte at long range because she simply has a shield in front of her. She can't be contested close range because she has a 150 plus damage no aim combo that will activate her passive healing. So even if you magically somehow managed to damage her, she will be getting her health back immediately. Speaking about her health, she rocks 200 HP and on top of that 50 armor, which makes her kind of a hybrid between a tank and a support. However, because she is a support, she does get the extra perk of being able to see her teammates through walls. She has access to third-person view in an FPS, which is pretty ridiculous, in my opinion. On top of her passive healing ability, she has burst healing, which will apply armor if the target is near full HP. So it's really hard to not get value out of this ability, no matter how bad you are at the game. Oh, and of course, she has 2 very low cooldown crowd control abilities. What else can you give this hero to make her better? Heroes who were high risk, high reward have now become high risk, low reward heroes, and they're not worth playing anymore. Blizzard, how have you managed? By adding a new hero, by supposedly adding more variety, you've managed to make the game more stale than ever. How ironic is that?